Good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Satchel POV. This is episode number 10. We are 10 episodes in, and we got the men back for another edition. My name is Jeff. I am your host. With me today, I have my guest. I got Melvin in the building. I got Mr. Corey Cash Dollars. And of course, my man TJ. Everybody doing the salutes. All right. Before we get started, we do want to let you know the disclaimer that the Satchel POV is not responsible for anything that we say. We are not licensed professionals. This is for entertainment purpose only. Also, we want you to like and subscribe on our YouTube page. So on YouTube, the Satchel POV, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can get our alerts. Also on Facebook, hit the like and the share. We're on our road to 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 followers. We need your help. We are not going to hold back today. We're going to jump right in. The men are ready to go. We only 4 deep today. It's all right. We lost a couple from the first episode, but we're going to be all right. The herd gets thinner. And it ain't going to help none because we jumping straight in and we talking about sex right off the bat. So I hope you're ready. Hope you got your big boy boxers on. Ladies, I hope you got your good panties on because we're going to talk about it today.
Is TJ mic on?
Nah, I wasn't, bro. I'm glad.
I saw you talking, but I couldn't hear nothing.
I'm glad too, because I was sitting here talking about something. What about tighty whities?
Hey, they work too, Doc. We gonna get started because there was a question that we missed. We missed last week, and that's on me. My apologies. So, ladies, I'm gonna get to it, but just know we're gonna flip it as well. So the question that I missed that we're gonna start off with was, how do you tell your partner their sex game is trash?
Oh my gosh. What? POV.
It's the POV.
Permanently on vacation. Right out the gate. Permanently on vacation.
So my thing is, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. I know women were saying they want to know how to tell their man that the sex game ain't on point. But I gotta say, women, some of y'all ain't on point either. So I'm going. Now, in fact, Corey, you got the wisdom beard going on today. Go ahead and start it off.
Yeah. Let's start it off. All right, so let's go from the woman point of view. How you tell your man is the sex game trash? First of all, let's look at your mental. Is the sex game trash? Like, you don't want to be with this cat no more? Might as well cut it loose. That's how I feel. Or is it you're saying it's trash? I used to love it, and there's things to work on. It all depends on how you bring it to the table. Men have fragile egos, so you got to be careful so you don't mess up. I would say start with your mental and see what is really going on. Like, is it something that, I wouldn't say it's trash, but it's falling off. Y'all don't have that excitement. Really got to see what it is and offer some solutions. Don't just say, yo, the sex game trash. You trash. You know what I mean? Actually, think about what's been going on with y'all too, and see how you can bring it to the table. Like, what you want more of. Like, more, instead of being so harsh with it and saying it's trash, I would say, just decide what you're missing on and bring that to the table. If you have a man, he'll understand. and you guys can work on it together. That's my take.
Okay. I can take that. I'll pull a page, and I'm always the one to put my foot in my mouth. It's okay. I can handle my wife. So I can speak for myself. I've been married for a minute now, and you're gonna have those moments. I'm not gonna say every dude has an off day, because I'm not gonna lie. I know one time, I'm doing my thing. I'm getting it in. I thought I was doing my thing, and she looked at me and was like, "Nah, bro." And I was just like, what I'm saying? And ego, here comes the ego. I was like, "Not even if I do." She was like, "Nah." I was like, "Dang. Well, I got you next time." Like, what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have those moments.
You better come when I come, or come when I come back.
Like, you're not gonna always have it. So if a dude up here say he ain't never had one of those moments, you a lie. I'm calling you out. You'll have a day like you like, dang, I'm off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna get mine and got you next time. But to say it's trash, I think to me, I think going back to the mental thing, like you said, for women it is more mental than physical for them, and so it's like, well, where's your headspace at? You know what I'm saying? Like,
correct.
And do you need some more? Because some women need like 2 hours worth of foreplay, or what I'm saying, whatever it is. So like, you gotta find out what works for y'all. I'll leave it there. I'm gonna put a pin right there. I'm gonna let Mel and TJ hop in, because I do got a little bit more I want to say about that. What you got, Mel?
I mean, going off everything you just said is absolutely correct. And Corey, I say like this: if the sex is bad on either end, man or female, I'm gonna tell you like this. Well, since we're speaking from like what females say, I would say if a female is complaining about her sex life with her mate, I mean, it's fucked up to say, but it's her fault, because you can't sit there, and if you know that what the person is doing is not working and you continue to let them do it, that's your fault. That's like if somebody can't cook and you keep letting them burn shit in the kitchen, but you keep on eating the food and smiling, talking about, yeah, baby, it tastes so good, and the hamburger meat ain't even cooked all the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. You got to learn how to be honest, because like you said, if you married to somebody, like, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And you can't let sex be the reason you left your husband or got a divorce. That'll sound crazy in a courtroom, but you have to be honest about what gets you off. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it from the back, say that. If you like it from the side, say that. If you like it, if you more of an oral person and he gotta lick it before you stick it, say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like your butt played with a little bit, say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because because that's the time to be open and honest when you're in the bedroom. Like, don't sit around and then, like you said, you get yours, and then the man over there sweating and huffing and puffing, and he didn't, got one, and you looking like, I was close, but then, a couple of nights of that, all of a sudden now you start feeling like, he's inadequate, when really, nah, I mean, we built with the equipment to give you what you need, but if you're not telling us how to use this tool, you know what I'm saying? Every tool shed is different. You can't just stick your screwdriver in and turn to the left when you like it to the right. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be honest when it comes to sex, man. Like, if your man ain't doing something that you do not like, that turns you on or gets you in the mood, you have to tell them that, because like you said, some women are not, they don't want to just wham bam jump right into it. You know what I'm saying? They might like put on some music, light a candle, set the mood, if time allows that, because some of us got kids, so sometimes you just got to get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? Every night ain't gonna be a marathon session. Sometimes, like, you gotta take this quick 15 minutes and do what we gotta do, because in about 10 more minutes somebody gonna be knocking on the door or something like that. So it's like, but when you do got the time to take your time, that's when you need to let your mate know, like, you know, put on some music, or how about a massage, or, you know, light a candle, and, you know, let's set the mood and let's take our time, and, you know, get yourself to that point, because sometimes just doing that, by the time it's time to have sex, she be ready. She ready to come, because it's like you took the time to get her into the mood. So like it's like you could be 10, 15 strokes in and she goddamn gushing like a bottle of water. So you like, okay, boom, there we go. Now I know your method to your madness. I know how to get you there now. You know what I'm saying? And then chiming on something else you said about, you know, every dude has an off night. That's true, you know, because we all getting older. I know I'm 44 years old. I ain't fucking like I did when I was 22. You know what I'm saying? So a lot changes when you get into your 40s. I tell everybody, if you ain't in your 40s yet, when you hit 40, a lot changes. You don't know what it is, but a lot changes when you hit that 40, 41, and you know, you looking like, damn, you know, things ain't, you know, doing what they got to do. That's when you got to do your due diligence and be like, okay, I want to still have great sex with my wife or significant other. And if I see that, you know, I'm not rising to the occasion like I used to and stuff like that, you got to do, you know, ain't nothing wrong with taking some vitamins. Go do your, you know, go to your doctor, be like, yo, doc, this is going on. They might got to check your blood pressure. They might, you know, it's all types of vitamins you can take. You ain't got to rely on no damn Viagra and them.
I was about to say, like, make it clear. You said vitamins. I was like, you talking about the Blue Chew? You talking about the Viagra?
I mean, nah, Viagra is definitely not a vitamin. Please don't think it's a vitamin. Mess around, give yourself a damn heart attack. But if you need it, if you need Viagra, by all means, take it. You know what I'm saying? But it's tons of vitamins, you know, ashwagandha, you know, toka ali, and what's another one? Horny goat weed, and you know, it's a lot of natural stuff that you can take. I even heard eating watermelon helps. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain things you can change in your diet, and you know, that can help you, you know, get back to you. I'm gonna tell you like this, like, you can forget it if you think you still gonna be fucking like you did at 21, at 40. You can forget that. Like, your stamina gonna change a little bit. You know, you still be able to do a little something, but I mean, it's gonna change a little bit. You gotta learn how to work with it. So, you know, but going back to the original question, man, like, if a woman is sitting there mad because the sex ain't good, it's her fault. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she goes, now the table only turns to the man being the fault is if she goes to you and she gives you the whole blueprint of how to get her off, and then you still do your own thing. Like, I don't know, I don't want to put toys in it. I don't want to do no back massage. I don't, you know, I ain't got time to be cutting on no radio, or, you know, let's just do, you know what I'm saying? If you still stuck like that, then now you got a problem. Now she legitly has an issue and can say your sex game is trash because you refuse to change and do, you know what I'm saying? You deserve that title after that. But you can't call a man trash from the gate, and if you ain't never told him what gets you off, you sitting there waiting for him to, you know, figure it out and all that, where you should know. No, you shouldn't. Why you think we got GPS? Like, I don't know how to get to this place without GPS. You know what I'm saying? Like, be my GPS to your orgasm. You know what I'm saying? If you can't tell me how to get you there, then you can't be mad when I make a wrong turn. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. But you know, if you're not saying nothing, then your sex, you deserve to have whack sex. You know what I'm saying? But if you say something and then he doesn't autocorrect and try to make it, you know, do some adjustment, and he's still just doing his own thing, that's just pure selfishness and stupidity, because you asking for problems then, because, you know, we all know what happened once you keep getting sex deprived and a woman looking like she can't get it at home no more. She gonna find it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them
offered every day.
You get it, they get it offered every single day. You know, when they step out that house or go anywhere, it's every guy looking at them is thinking about sex. You know what I'm saying? They looking at a way, you know, they looking for that weak moment. Like, every girl got a work husband, you know what I'm saying, that's sitting around saying, hey, how you doing? And let's go to lunch and all that. All he doing is sitting there waiting for you to come back that one day and be like, man, my husband this, he getting on my nerves, he won't do this, and then that guy goes in for the kill. You know what I'm saying?
Right
he goes in.
Stay right
Go ahead.
there.
Go, y'all go ahead. I didn't talk too much. Y'all go ahead.
That was a good point. Well,
You're
let
good,
TJ
bro.
go first.
Go ahead, TJ.
No, go ahead, Corey. Ain't much. That's like trying to dunk after Jordan. Y'all do y'all thing, baby.
That's what I'm like. I'm just coming
Y'all
to
go ahead.
and be like this
all day. No, y'all go ahead.
But I want him to stay right there because I do want to talk about that part.
Go ahead.
All right, so since let's do it both ways, because we answered the women's question, but they also got to understand from the male point of view. Let's get real. Let's get real on this one. He's saying that while you chilling, you lacking, there's always, like you said, there's always dudes around. There's always those orbiters. They're ready to go ahead, do what they need to do. Now, as a man, and if your woman is saying that she not really feeling it, even if she not, to avoid that, you should be also, and the woman should know this as well, you should also be thinking about it from that point of view, and that's how y'all should have it in the home. The only reason she will go out and experience that and enjoy it is because the dude is looking at her with brand new eyes, brand new everything. He don't deal with attitude. He don't deal with none of that. He don't none of that.
Yep.
You're looking at it with fresh eyes. Women need to understand that's what they need to attack when it comes to sex, like he was saying. Yo, you having bad sex, it might be your fault. Why your man ain't looking at you like that?
Yeah.
For real. Why your man ain't looking at you like that? What has changed? It's 50-50. Sex, it takes two people to do this.
Yep.
So you can go ahead and look at your partner and look him up and down like, he ain't worthy, and go to the next guy. But all the next guy is he's looking at you with fresh eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that with your partner as well. Both of you guys need to do it because you've been together for a long time. You eat cake for 50 years, you're tired of cake. You got to change that. And no matter who you are. But let me eat a burger. I haven't eaten a cake in a long time. That burger is the best burger I had in my life. You see what I'm saying? That's what they on. You're like, God, this is a burger? Yeah, you've been eating cake all your life. So, yeah, they need to think about that as well. And you as a man should be doing that as well, too. Sometimes you may need to be honest with your woman about what turns you on, especially when it comes to other women, because you know how it is. But women respect that more because you're being a man, so don't be scared to do that. But you know how it is, and us men, when we get in relationships, we gotta be careful because women be like, "Are you looking at a girl as?" Or you know how that goes. You want to make sure I'm being respectful to my woman, but at the end of the day, you still let her know, exactly what gets you there, so that she can make sure that she's doing that for you as well, and she should do the same thing for you. And I think that'll help out a little bit because if you can be like the dudes outside that's orbiting her inside, then you shouldn't have a problem because you're looking at her with those fresh eyes all the time. So sometimes you might want to not, like he said, not just be all about, all right, we're going to have sex tonight and jump into bed. You might want to do a whole day of just flirting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Warming that up.
Yeah.
Going somewhere, doing something, talking to mine, finding out why you married her, why you love her, all that stuff. And she should be doing the same thing to you. And then at the end of the day, the sex will be the reward. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I remember Pastor Green saying, I think when he did that sex workshop that time at the church, and they remember, Jeff, I think you was there. I know Brian was there. I think was you there when they did the sex workshop, and then they flipped it where Lady Green talked to us and Pastor stayed in the sanctuary.
Yeah. That was real.
Yeah, and then I remember him also talking about foreplay. He was saying like it doesn't start in the bedroom. Like some women get off on like you washed the dishes, you took the trash out, you came home and got the kids together, and she didn't have to do nothing. Sometimes I know with my wife, it's stuff like that she tells me like the more relaxed I am at the end of the night, the better chances we have of having great sex or us even doing anything. But if I'm stressed all day and I'm dealing with the kids and this and that and everything haywire and I done had a bad day and I'm stressed out, I know the chance of me, telling some, yeah, what's up? And she looking at me like, nah, I'm done. Like you said, mentally, she done mentally. So there's no way she gonna get there physically. if mentally she still thinking about stuff that went on with the kids today, her job, or she had to do a lot of stuff, and she felt like she wasn't getting any help from you. But it like my man Corey just said, it can start with a good morning text. Hey, how you doing? Sexy, thinking about you. Can't wait till I get home. What you want to eat tonight? Stuff like that mild flirting throughout the day, and getting home and then doing certain stuff just to show her that you've been thinking about it. Some women love that, if they get their hair done, give them a compliment. You know what I'm saying? If you see something different when you walk in the house, or if she done got her nails done or stuff like that, like just complimenting on small stuff like that, or put a woman in a mood in a minute and be like, oh snap, he noticed. He noticed me, and now I'm turned on, and let's do something. So
I like that we stand right here too. Instead of worried about, how do you tell a man why don't we just give him the solutions? Because like he said, that one time when he was like, hey, I went in the bedroom and wifey not feeling it. She's had a hard day. As a man, and plus the more you can be a man in that safe space for a woman, like he said, it opens up.
Yeah.
But I would say, let's always be on your P's and Q's. Oh, I'm having a bad day, not really feeling good. Hey, but you a man, you still want that. Hey,
yeah.
You can find a way to get another way, and then it'll be better next time.
Yeah.
Hot oil. Let me rub that body. Let me get it together.
And even if you don't get it that night,
you don't get it that night.
You setting it up for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you a full body massage tonight, and give you a hall pass tonight, but tomorrow, you got to put that work in. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You still, do what you do.
Yeah. What was the other question? It was like, the one was, okay, how does a woman tell a man? But okay, so
but you got to flip it now. So
how does a man tell a woman?
Guy, right, as a guy,
it's pretty much the same guidelines. Like if you with your woman and what she doing ain't getting you there, you need to let her know, like, hey, yeah, that ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. Let me interject right there. So, because there's, what I'm saying, I know a couple of dudes, their woman just lay there, dead fish action. They just like, take me. It's just like, they like, bruh, like, I got to put in all this work. I got to move your leg. Go ahead, Corey.
Now, I got to jump in on that one. That dead fish action, I will say, I can't put that on the female.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta keep it. I'm gonna keep it 100. She can do that dead fish action to you, but she can do a dead fish action to someone else or her thoughts. Like sometimes as a man, we gotta get out the fact that women don't think like how we do. They are even worse, but society makes them that they can't be like that. So dead fish action, you really hasn't got her nowhere. Or I don't even understand how that happened. But if it does happen, then you either she doesn't know and you need to guide her.
Yeah.
She don't know anything. And sometimes that's good. You have a woman that hasn't really been doing anything, so that's all she know. Well, you be the teacher. But that's all on the guy, to be honest. Because if she's not, you got to turn a woman on. Women are super aggressive, just like we are.
Mm-hmm.
We just take the lead. But there's things that they probably them girl chats when they with the girls. Hey, you don't want to hear none of that. It's just like they want to hear about us when we together. We don't want to hear that either. You'll probably throw up. Nah, they just, if it's dead fish action, I really put that on the dude. Like, you really got to be, you really not learning what your woman wants or why she's just not into it, just to stay still and lay there. That's just how I feel. I don't feel like women, they like too much. You know what I mean? Like, why she ain't touching? Why she ain't doing anything? She's laying down. Oh, that's your problem. You got to figure out as a man what you're doing wrong, why you're not turning her on, what does she like, how do you tap her ear? So yeah, I'm sorry on that one. I don't agree.
Yeah, I'm with it and going and jumping off what he just said. That dead fish action. I think really if you experiencing that, I think the first thing you need to try to figure out is like, because to me that sounds like trauma. That's some type of trauma that's making her lay there like that.
Yeah,
Because you never know, like she might have been raped, and that's how she looks at sex. She might have been with a guy before you who was just on some straight caveman. Give it to me. I don't care if you come or not. I'm just gonna wear your ass out for 10 minutes and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? It's some trauma there for a woman just to lay there and not do absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
You need to address that trauma first and be like, hold up, what's going on?
What's going on?
Did something happen to you in the past that you're not telling me? That's putting you, reminding you of the trauma, because I could be triggering your trauma.
I gotta agree with the fellas on that one, Jeff. I'm 41 years old, and I don't think I've ever seen dead fish action. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying a couple of guys in Tobin they got some dead fish.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at them.
My name, I'm not Ron Jeremy, but I get some engagement. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. I'm sitting here and I'm like, am I understanding them right? Like, dead fish action.
Yeah, like I said, and then when I see dead fish, if that was to happen to me, I would automatically think like, I'm about to catch a charge, because something about this ain't right. Yeah, like, am I taking this? Like, am I taking this from her? You're like, that would automatically make me stop and be like,
Mel,
do you want to have sex? Because
Mel, nah, I'm gonna stand corrected. I'm 41 and ain't never seen dead fish, but I'm gonna take advantage of that dead fish.
put some battle
hey,
bro,
some
battle on to put in some hot grease.
Man, that's gonna turn into Biz Quick or some sort of Old Bay action.
Put some Old Bay on it. Put some Old Bay on it.
Hey, it's gonna get handled one way or the other, baby. But still, it's weird though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever. And like you said, TJ said, like, I don't think I've ever experienced dead fish, because that's just for you to get in the bed and then to start having sex and you just go like an ironing board. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something wrong. Like, you need to cut the lights on. Like, look, we need to have a conversation, because it's like to me, that's triggered trauma for a woman to lay there like that and not do something, because it might not necessarily be the man she's with at that point in time, but it might have been somebody she was with before or something that happened that puts her mind state that when it's time to have sex, I go stiff and I just lay here and let him do what he want to do. That's some unanswered trauma that, you know, you might need to get. Might need to get some counseling or sit down and talk with that, and that way, like, you can learn how to get her there so that she can get out of that mind state and stop thinking about, you know, what happened to me in the past, and this is why I'm the way I am. So you can enjoy, you know, sex, you know, with her, and y'all can both get, you know, have fun with it. But for a man to tell a woman that her sex game is whack, like you said, the same rules apply. You got to speak up and say something. And a lot of guys, like, we nasty as hell. Like, you know, we done watched a lot of porn. We done looked at a lot of stuff. So sometimes our ideas of sex is very jaded. You know what I'm saying?
That boy is cooking today.
Yeah, it's very jaded.
That's that 40 up. That's that 40 and up.
That boy cooking today.
Our views on sex is very jaded. If you using porn as your go-to to what you think sex is, you're gonna have some problems. Because if that female is not living up to what you look at on those videos, you can forget it. It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna start thinking something wrong with you. Like, why I ain't getting hard? Why ain't this? Because you so used to looking at the porn and seeing certain stuff that, you know, it just ain't working. You know what I'm saying? So you got to if you got like I think one of y'all said, like, you have to let the other person know what gets you off. Like, if you have certain fetishes or, you know, anything. Now, some of your fetishes you can't, like, you got a big girl fetish and your wife is 120 pounds, you can forget it. Like, you're gonna have to change your fetishes up a little bit, or maybe she'll let you look at some big girl porn while y'all doing it or something. I don't know, but you know, whatever you into, you need to let her know so she know. Like if you like lingerie, tell her that. If you like just be naked, tell her that. If you like oral sex in the beginning, tell her that. If you don't like oral sex, tell her that. If you, you know,
Who don't like oral sex?
if
That thing just
if
get
you
me up. Who don't like oral sex? That they just.
You know what? Let's get spicy. Y'all ready? Let's get spicy for me. I'm about to go there. Let's be honest. The reason why they can ask that question to us because we never tell them that the sex is trash, even when it's trash.
That's true.
Because we want
that's
access.
some real man stuff. Y'all got the secret. A lot of girls run around here, they be like, what? No one told you. We'll take it anyway. No one told you. And that's the truth. We gotta be truthful up here. That's the reason. We'll never tell you. We'll never tell them. Now, if you're in a marriage, though, and this is the Central POV, so it's about marriage. Yeah, like
It's both. It's both.
Yeah, but I did wanted to make it general, just in case there's people that's watching that's not even married. But majority of times, women can have the audacity to say something like, "Yeah, how do you tell a man that the sex is?" But they never ever have been told that they're trash or they're not good at anything when it comes to that. Never been told because we want it regardless. Like you said, we nasty.
I see one of the questions, it said women are nastier. Some of them just hold back because they are not sure if you can handle it or if she thinks we're taught it's not ladylike.
Talk that.
See, I was looking at that comment as well, and I'm pretty sure I speak for. I mean, I'd be interested in y'all perspective, but after being married for 8 years and being in a relationship for over a dub, hell, let it fly. You know what I mean? Let me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, because I look at it kind of like a as a married man. Mel kind of touched on like porn and let's say things we all been young men. Like I much rather experience that with my wife if I'm keeping it all the way 100. Like I don't want the streets. You know what I mean? I'm not remotely interested in what's in the streets. So if you ask those questions and you got okay. Sorry about that. I was reading the comment, got caught up, but yeah, but if you have those experiences and you ask those questions or you make those statements of what you like or don't like, hopefully I'm just hoping we can all get there because the opposite, I don't want that smoke. Like I much rather that be with the person that I love. Us being younger men, we know how wild it is out there in that world, in that unmarried world, so to speak. So, I would just to touch on that statement. If women are indeed nastier, hey, prove it. You know what I mean? Let's
show me.
Yeah.
Show me.
Hey, bro say show me. You know what I mean? Let me see what you talking about. Hey, I almost, what they used to say. No, but I ain't gonna say.
Now go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I ain't, but I just say like you like, hey, you married or you in a long-term committed relationship, bring that fun in, man, because I ain't interested in the streets. The streets, you can get it all day, every day. Like y'all mentioned, with our women, they know, whether they admit it or not. Like, a cat will undress you with his eyes, you know what I mean? Within a 3-second span, you know what I mean? So I much rather, let's bring that fun to the crib, and that way you don't get enticed by, what's out there for you.
Yeah, like I say, it goes back to just like you said, just being open and honest. Like she said, women are nastier. I don't think it's I don't think women are nastier than us or we're nastier than them. Everybody just has their thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you being I think somebody said something about communication. If those open lines of communication are there, she should be able to tell you those nasty things that she like to do, and then give you the option or the choice to be like, I'm with that or I'm not with that. Just like on the man, you should be able to go to your woman and say like, look, I like A, B, and C. She might be like, we can try A. I ain't doing B. and C, you gotta wait till I get some sleep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta, know that those open lines of communication has to be there, because if she can't, it's just because she's nastier, but if you ain't telling me that you're nastier, then that's your fault. Again, it reverses right back to you that obviously you're not comfortable enough to tell me what's you into, and then on that too, you got to be careful when a woman is open and honest to you about her sexual things, because you gotta check everything. You gotta check your facial expressions. You gotta check everything, because if she sit there and tell you some stuff and you make the face, like you just done messed up, because now she gonna be like, oh, I can't tell him nothing because he instantly just judged me off what I just said. So it has to be a judgment-free zone.
Hey, bro,
That's go ahead.
I ain't mean to cut you off, bro. You got me thinking about something. Like I wonder if, like everybody got a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder if sometime those inhibitions is like the next question is, like a fella could be like, oh, I ain't know you like that. I like that too. You know what I mean? But then us men, we kind of visual. So it's like, all right, well, who she did this with? Me at 41, I could care less. You know what I mean?
When you get older, you don't really care. But
Yeah, you
I
don't
get I
care.
get
But
what
a
you're
younger
saying.
cat, a younger
I get what
cat
you're
would
saying.
care. A younger cat, that's immediately his thought is, well, I like that too. But then you get to thinking like, well, who you do it with, and how many did you do this to? But us
Yeah,
older cats, it's like, oh hell, like shucks, let's get it in. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Especially if you
that's
married.
that's a young boy thing. Like tell the truth, shame the devil. You know what I mean?
That's the immaturity of being young and the
That's
ego.
it. Yeah.
Ego. A lot of us and what we have to do as men as we get older, and then like you said, as getting older, it helps us just getting older. But you start attacking the ego and start realizing what's real and what you accept. Don't let that false ego and insecurity come in and judge you. I mean, make you make false judgments, like you said, because you don't want, that's what I was talking about when it comes to females and sometimes scared to conversate because how society is. Like you said, you start thinking like, who she did this with, who what, and how many, and this, that, and third. It's just not, it's not right. So you shouldn't do that. That's that ego. But like you said, most young men do that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, Judy, hello. Welcome to the POV. My mother-in-law's up here. Thank you so much for your words. That was my mother-in-law who actually said the women are nasty.
Shout out.
She a true one. She a true one. Hey, mother.
I thought that was Sheila.
No,
I thought it was gonna say she baby. I thought it was her. Okay.
No, that's a mama. That's a mama, doc. Anyway, I want to go back to something that Corey touched on, which was people like the work husbands. Somebody said something about the work husbands, the work wives, all that stuff. So my question, to switch it up just a little bit, is it okay for men and women to have friends of the opposite sex if you're in a relationship?
Man, when I met my wife, and again, this is a young couple versus an older couple. I was pretty much forced into like, accept it. Like my wife's one of her best friends is a man. And it, in some aspects it was different, and there's some things that if I'm keeping it all the way 100 with after 20 years, I'm kind of like, I wish I would have done some things differently, but I cared about her. And so, I wanted to kind of do things her way. But at the same time, some really good learning lessons and some really good friendships developed from her having male friends as well. Sometimes we may be places and we need somebody that we can trust to make sure that our ladies are good. No shade. I mean, I know we got women that hit hard, you know what I mean? But sometimes having that wife there is cool. And I see the comment coming in, but I just would say, after 20 years, if somebody gonna slide out, they gonna slide out. woman or man, especially in this world that we live in. Like, yeah, like it don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you, as long as you doing what you supposed to do, it don't matter, male or female. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is gonna be touchy. See this?
Yeah.
Now, wait
This
a
is a
minute,
touchy
bro.
one from guys.
Now, y'all know Mel and Jeff know my saying though. At the same time, now I be saying we all go to same event, same churches, stuff like that. So no shade, but they know we know, and I'm gonna say it while we on the Satchel POV. We know which one of y'all church deacons looking at our wives. So God forbid anything happen.
Oh,
God forbid anything happen. Cats will get stolen because my boys is got my back. You know what I mean? But you know, it is some cats that's out there that's lurking in the weeds. I think Mel touched on that in the beginning. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, we got brothers to make sure we good. We know how to handle it. You know, we be fine.
I think with the dynamic of a male, like somebody said now, spring friends of the opposite sex, and then also somebody else said boundaries have to be set.
Yeah.
I think if your significant other has somebody she considers a friend of the opposite sex, it really comes down to how much you trust that person. Trust is the big factor in the opposite sex friends thing, because if you trust your wife or you trust your girlfriend, then you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, a nigga gonna be a nigga and a sneaky chick gonna be a sneaky chick. So if that dude wants your girl and he playing possum to get her, then you know you gotta hope that she can see it coming a mile away. Some girls are green and they walk right into that. Some women have been in that situation before and be like, "Oh, okay, this guy, all he's trying to do is just be my little friend," and just hoping that I come tell him something bad about my man. So that really comes down to the female that you with. Like, where's she at mentally? Is she strong enough to dodge those little hints and him flirting? Like, can she tell the difference between him flirting and a compliment? You know what I'm saying? She needs to have to be able to know that he's flirting with me versus, oh, he just gave me a compliment or something like that. Now, if she can't do that, then and you see that, you might need to be like, look, you're not paying attention enough to what these guys saying to you, and you might need to end that relationship. But if your female or your guy, whoever, if they're both mentally strong enough and can see when they getting lured into like something that can get them in trouble, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if they can't see it, and I tell you like this, the easiest way to know if the relationship you have with the opposite sex is okay is, can your significant other read the conversations that you have with this person?
That part.
That's big, bro.
Can they sit on the phone and talk to you in front of this person without going in another room, going outside, going in the bathroom, or why every time they speak, you and this person have a conversation, you can't be in the room? You know what I'm saying? If you can't talk openly with this person like you would do with your significant other sitting in the room, then that relationship is not healthy, because obviously you hiding something or some subject matter that y'all talking about that that your man or your wife will really be offended to. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't have that same open conversation, or if you and if that person, like your wife and one of her guy friends, been texting or whatever like that, if you can look at her and be like, let me see your phone, let me see what y'all be talking about. If she get real defensive and be like, why you want to see my phone? Hang it up.
That's your answer.
Hang it up. Because if obviously she hiding something, but if she hand you that phone and she ain't trying to edit nothing or delete the last message or hide stuff and all that stuff like that, and you can read their whole conversation. I'm talking about, don't just read this week. I'm talking about, go back, scroll up, go back like a month or two, and if you see something like, why was y'all talking at 2 a.m.? You know what I'm saying? Why was y'all on the phone at 1 a.m. in the morning and sitting talking about, so what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but going back to what the person said, I think that's where boundaries come into place, because it's okay to have a friend and stuff like that, but it has to be boundaries set, like, okay, don't be hitting me up, past 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be with my family, I'm gonna be with my man. Don't be hitting me up, 9:30, 10 o'clock, look, talking about some, hey, what's up? About to roll to the bar, you trying to go, all the stuff like that. You have to remind the person that's your friend to respect the relationship that you in. And if they can't respect the person that you dating and that you with, then they don't need to be around, because if they're trying to convince you otherwise, like, you ain't got to tell them everything, or just tell them you're going out with the girls and come meet up with me, or like I said, doing that little dog, slick stuff that we all done. You know what I'm saying? Putting that little, them little hints in there and saying little stuff, and then going back to what I just said, women got to be smart enough to know, like, if you having problems with your man, the last person you need to be talking to is another dude. Friend or not, I don't care if it's friend, relative, whoever, because they gonna, if it's a guy that you consider a friend and you keep coming to him with that, it's like now you inviting him into your relationship to play counselor between you and your man. And a lot of times he not gonna have your man's best interest at heart, especially if he's attracted to you. Because most men are not gonna become friends with a girl at work if it ain't some type of attraction there.
Sir.
He's speaking to you for a reason. It ain't because you know how to type 100 words per minute. You know what I'm saying? It's because of that tight ass pencil skirt you wear on Tuesdays, and
Hey, Mel, funny. Mel got me sitting here thinking, I'm like, damn, I ain't never been friends with none of the ugly James that I work.
Yeah.
I had said that to my story, like,
I know, I'm sitting here like, damn, Mel got a point.
Yeah, you
like got that Goomba smuggling looking. I ain't never got that. She got a beard thicker than all of us. Don't call me, I'll call you now.
You let them sea donkeys, get away. Let them sea donkeys walk past, but if something a little fly at the office catch your eye, you know what I'm saying? You gonna speak, because especially if you're single and that you're attracted, because attraction is gonna be the thing that's gonna make you want to speak anyway. So that's what you got to be careful of. And if she can't pick up on that, and all he doing is playing pops until it's time to pounce, and then you coming to women got to know, like, you can't take that to that person. I don't care how mad you are, how upset you are. Yeah. Take it to somebody who's gonna have a non-biased, answer for you. Take it to something, like I said, somebody, a first lady, or somebody like that can give you an honest opinion on, like, what's going on in your relationship, or seek counseling or something like that. Or if you got a girlfriend that you really, confide in and can trust, and it's going to give you good information, not on some, girl, don't worry about him. You don't need that type of poison in your life. You know what I'm saying? So go to somebody that's going to give you some good wisdom and tell you, that you can, spill, because everybody needs somebody to vent to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs that person to vent to. And when you find that person and you can trust them with the information that they're giving you, and not to throw it in your face, or not to go run and tell everybody what's going on with you behind your back, or give you bad information, girl, just leave them. Or won't you just get you a little something on the side? Like, when you got females like that, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to be careful. Like I said, like somebody said, long as boundaries are set, and that man respects your man, and everything's cool, and I think everything should be open. Like, if you saying this man is your friend, like, I should meet him.
Yeah,
I should meet him. He shouldn't be like somebody that I never met or seen or anything like that. I need to meet him. You know what I'm saying? We need to have a conversation, because sometimes men need to, you need to pull a dude to the side and be like, look, bro, I understand you and my wife is friends. I just want to make it real with you. Like, look, I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to be her friend, I understand that. But I'm coming to you as your man now, because if something goes sideways later, I want you to always remember this conversation we just had. So you can't come and be like, well, man, I ain't know that. No, because I'm letting you know right now, don't try it. Don't try it. You know what I'm saying? If I get wind of it, that's what you're doing now, me and you gonna have a problem. Other than that, we cool. You know what I'm saying? But if a woman is trying to keep that away from you, or like, well, you know, I don't know when I ever can have both of y'all in the room at the same time. Get on shit. We got video call. Get on the phone. Let me talk to him. All that's not an excuse. Like, oh, we ain't gonna never be in the same place at the same time. Like I said, if she's hiding the content of the conversations and what's going on, you already got a problem.
And to add, man, Jeff and Mel for sure. Do y'all remember the time that and I hope I don't offend no fellas, you know what I mean? But it was a time that Pastor Green had talked about brothers that was raised by our moms and have relationships with a lot of women. It's like we know how to talk to women to get what we trying to get. And I never forgot that. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of times like cats just know where to get information from to make it advantageous to us. And a lot of times, unfortunately, some sisters don't peep that though. You know, like they're, my wizard's on the clock, y'all. Hold on.
Don't do that, T.
Hey, sorry, bro.
They ain't getting nobody
We
good.
got Cam. Oh, oh. Anyway, knew I should have just turned to the POV, man. I'm pissed off, man. my wife in there laughing at me, man. I know. Oh, we traded him? Oh, I could. Good. I was listening to Melvin. My wife said we traded him. Never mind. I'm good. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm good now. But anyway, yeah, man. Like that's just something that I always thought about, man. Because you know we know cats that's very advantageous, and you know use them relationships and stuff like that to get what we want. So we all got strong sisters, very mindful, thoughtful sisters. It's our job to kind of step in and let them that at a gullible moment, you know, cat is lurking.
So I'm a little different with it. And I agree with everything y'all said.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if a nigga gonna cheat, a nigga gonna cheat. Like across the board. That's on you. You made it up in your mind. You allow, because you don't have to set boundaries. You are the boundary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm married and a woman come and she up here touch my leg, nah, you out of pocket. No, don't do that. Because for one, I know me. I'm a dude. You know what I'm saying? Whoo, you know, I'll be like, girl, no. But if we entertain it, then they're gonna keep coming. But if you set that rule, like, nah, we're not doing that. You already setting the boundary, like, no, we're not doing it. But I think that's on the individual, male or female, to set your standards of, am I going to entertain this or am I not going to entertain this? And if you are entertaining it, then the question is, why are you entertaining it? If you're in a committed relationship, why are you entertaining somebody else's advances?
Yeah. I know I always heard the saying, a show to the crown is a dick to sit on later.
I ain't never heard that one, but that's a good one.
Always remember that. A show to the crown is a dick to sit on later. I think if you tell that to your girl from the gate, she'll think about it. She'll be like, hold up. You know, like you gotta,
That's true.
You gotta think about that. Like, yeah, you think it's cool to go confide in this guy and think that, you know, he's giving you all this great information.
Boundaries over trust.
You know what I'm saying? But just remember, a show to the crown is a dick you might be sitting on later. So be careful with the information that you give to another person, because they can manipulate it to their advantage to take advantage of you big time. You know, especially if they already got in their mind that what they want is you know, they want one thing. So they gonna say the right stuff. They gonna talk about the right things, like, because you already gave them. What a lot of women mess up with is when they go to another man talking about, they give them the blueprint to how to get in their drawers.
Yeah.
Because you go to him telling him all the faults of your man. He don't talk to me. He don't do this. He don't do that. So the guy just be like, oh, so all I gotta do is talk to you. All I gotta do is treat you nice. All I gotta do is compliment what you got on. All I gotta do is This, oh, you ain't never had flowers sent to you before,
Hey,
so all I gotta do is send you some flowers.
How about I add to that?
Go ahead.
Who's to say that she don't know that she's doing that?
Say that again.
Mm.
Who's to say she doesn't know that she's giving him the blueprint?
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of times when it comes out the mouth like that, they want to see if you're listening.
True.
That's not facts. And that's why I was saying I agree with y'all. I agree. I'm on both sides of the fence. I mean, you got to have trust. I don't like a woman with a whole bunch of men friends. That's me. And because she don't like me to have a whole bunch of female friends. So we got to have that mutual respect. But second, it's about trust first. I mean, she's still a woman, and I'm not here to handcuff any woman. I want her to be 100% her. Just like I want to be 100% me. I want us to love each other in our faults and differences. But as a man, from my standpoint, I'm always going to check my woman and see where she's at mentally. When I say check me, like I just want to check where her head at. Because when it comes to, you just said what you just said. I mean, it proves the point. TJ said, yo, I just thought about it. I've never been friends with nobody that was ugly. You right.
Man.
We don't do that. We all men. You know what I'm saying? So the woman needs to understand that. I'm not a friend type of dude. I don't want to talk to you at 3 o'clock in the morning about your boyfriend, about that. Too many girls for that. I don't got time. You got a man, forget it. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people that will stay and lurk in there. Like, and if she's not keen enough to understand that, that's how I look at it. Either you're not keen enough and I want to get you together. Because men are going to attack this. And you can make a girl laugh right out of her drawers. So he's going to attack that. And if he's one of those dudes that's want to slide in like that, all right, you want to make sure that your woman at least understands that. Now, if she does, and she still puts herself in situations like that, then it's what it is. You're going to have to cut it off. But I don't believe in that whole, I have a whole bunch, unless you've been friends with him for 11 years. And because at the end of the day, this happens too. Say it was cool. Say he never slide in. Y'all end up breaking up. What happens? Girl, I've been trying to talk to you since 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So the feelings are still there. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, nah, we cool. Unless it's legit a friendship, but I would consider that more of association. See what I'm saying? But I don't need no dude of my woman friends with a dude and they have to go and have lunch together all the time.
Yeah.
Or we gonna go have a movie. We gonna go to the movie and stuff. Or I gotta talk to him at night and all. No, get out of here.
And another thing with male and female relationships, especially like Corey just said, if she does have a male friend that's 10, 15 years deep or whatever, she has to be honest about that relationship. Has it always been platonic?
Yep.
Because some women, they'll have sex with a dude and they might have been on just some sex stuff, and then they ended up becoming friends.
But she fucked with him like 3 times already.
You done fucked him like 2 or 3 times, but then when
they friends for now.
But then when you meet your potential mate or your husband, everybody, oh, that's my brother, that's my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So you go on thinking like, okay, she telling me that's her homeboy or dude from the past, or but sometimes that homeboy shit be code for, we fucked 2 or 3 times, but we ended up becoming friends later. So you got to be careful with that, because and men too, like if you got a female friend that and y'all didn't smash, but if you try to play it off to your girl that y'all just friends, females pick up on that quick. They gonna know like something ain't right about y'all relationship. Like
females, you know what? And when we say, let's go on that. Because let's get spicy again. I want to get spicy again.
Oh, Corey about to start something. I can tell by the finger point.
Females had that code, man. Females had that code. See, that's why it's so hard to be a man. Females had that code. They'll end up snitching to each other. Why dude won't say nothing. And that's another reason why it's so easy for females to cheat like that, because the dude will say nothing. Hey, he'll be right there talking to you. He hit that chain yesterday. talking to you today. You wouldn't even know.
Yep.
It's like that. So, and I always tell, I mean, it all depends on the person. I do say trust. You should trust. If you have someone that you trust, you don't want to be overbearing and like you don't trust her for nothing. That's trash. But I would say that dang, I lost my thought. I'm getting old, bro.
Nah. Hey,
Yeah, but like I said,
man, I remember
going back to what I just
Go
said,
ahead.
you gotta just I think the common denominator to this whole can a man and a woman be friends or whatever the question was, the common denominator is trust. You know what I'm saying? It's trust. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't trust her to be honest with you, because because it happens. Like a woman could be friends with a man and they can be chilling, and he ain't never tried something, but the one time that he does hint and say something, she need to check him right then, and she needs to let you know also.
Yes, I
And
agree.
a lot of women don't do that. They'll let men flirt with them, and they consider it like they instead of them checking the person, they'll be like, "Oh, you stupid. Oh, you dumb."
Yeah.
But that's not correcting what's been done. That's not letting him know, like, don't step over that boundary. You know what I'm saying? You didn't stepped over the boundary because now you didn't turn our relationship into something else. You know what I'm saying? So if she doesn't check him right then and be like, look, you can't talk to me like that. You can't compliment me like that. You can't say, stuff like that to me, and let him know. Because then at that point in time, that guy is either gonna be like, oh, this ain't, I can't get her, and he gonna eliminate himself.
Yeah.
Because he gonna be like, I can't get her. Like, damn, she checked me as soon as I said something, and he gonna go ahead and slide out the back door anyway, and she ain't got to worry about him no more. But if she checks him and he realizes, like, okay, she ain't about the creeping, I'm gonna keep this strictly platonic, then okay, that's what it is. But when that happens, she needs to come to you and say, man, can you believe Chuck goddamn talking about some, he liked the way my ass looked today in the pants. Like, if she don't come tell you that, and she internalizes that and never tells you, that's just as worse. Like, because
Planting the seed.
yeah, if you find out later, like, let's say something go down between them and they get into a big argument, and now you looking like, why y'all fuss? Like, I thought y'all were friends. No, he been out of pocket for a long time. He been trying, he been saying slick stuff, and now you looking at her like, so
Why you never told me?
why you ain't never told me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it had cats, and this is probably the part for, I think, kind of simply. It's like, man, I hate seeing a cat look like a simp. You know what I mean? It's like y'all at a party somewhere, and cat come up and introduce himself, and he act like you don't already know. You know what I mean? Or you be in certain places that we normally go with our families and stuff like that, and cats want to dap you up and all that, and know they trying to shoot their shot on the
That's
slide,
trash.
or
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's
It's like,
on site.
on site. Like, hey, my deacon board is 6'4", 325, automatic. You know what I mean? Easy money. I'm 5'8", 255. You know what I mean? You might have longer reach, but I get. Hey, never mind. I done got off topic.
Yo, you tripping. And
You know what I mean?
What I was
But,
trying to say was, you also gotta sometimes have her look at, because I don't think women do this sometimes. I don't know all the time. I'm not gonna put it on all women, but sometimes she gotta look at it from her point of view, because women are very possessive as well when it comes to the men. And some of the stuff that your so-called friend is doing, if you allow that big booty girl across the street do that to me, and we friends, so forth. If you can't even picture that, then you should put that with your situation as well. Because a lot of times they don't want you even talking to a woman at all.
it's mad uncomfortable. I don't know how y'all feel, but like sometimes certain situations it make me feel uncomfortable, because I'll be like, hell, in my younger day, I don't know whether them was joking or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to be in that predicament, to keep it 100, because I done seen it both ways. Like y'all said, with a dude, if a dude like, man, you wearing that dress today, sis? That nigga ain't talking about no sis.
Yeah.
You let that mug get a shot. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He really looking at what she looked like. Whereas, like, I know women what they said, men are from Venus, women from Mars, or whatever. You know, we different, similar but different. It's like, you know, sometimes I just personally speaking, I can't tell when they joking or not. So I'd be like, hey, you know what, you know, sometimes I know we good, but then sometimes you end up at the office, like y'all said. I don't play that whole hubby, what do you call it? Office husband and wife.
Work husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, it's like I'm good. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can't tell whether them really serious or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want that smoke, man. Because like we talked about at the huddle, you got to know your weaknesses, and some people can't handle husband, wife, you work wife, and all that good stuff. So me personally, I don't want that smoke. I don't want to play like that. You know what I mean? Because you know, cats, some of them you can't really tell whether they serious or playing or ready to shoot their shot at a moment's
And I'm gonna
notice.
tell you another red flag. If the person you dating or married to has a relationship with the opposite sex, and you come to them and tell them that it makes you feel uncomfortable, whether the guy has never said one out of pocket thing to you, but if he comes to you and says, you know, I'm just not comfortable with it. And the first thing they say to you, if they throw the word at you, oh, you just insecure.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
You got a problem. Because if she throw the insecure word at you because you have a problem with something that she's doing, then she's not respecting your feelings. She's not respecting anything about you. She's already got it in her mind that I'm going to be friends. She's making that friendship more important than her relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to watch out for, because if she hits you with that, oh, you just insecure and, you know, you can't handle it. If you think somebody want me and all that, like, it ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's a man being vulnerable, because one thing we hate to do is show that we are insecure about certain situations when it comes to the opposite sex and our wives and girlfriends. Like that's a very vulnerable spot for a man to be like, him to be that open and honest with you and be like, yeah, I really got a problem with dude texting you, or, you know, I got a problem with him having your phone number. I got a problem with y'all going to lunch, and I got a problem, you know, I just don't like it. It don't feel good to me. It makes me feel uneasy that it could be something, even though you're telling me there's nothing going on, it's making me feel that something has the potential to happen. And if she can't end that relationship with that person, and that means she didn't put a lot of stock and value in that friendship over her relationship.
Yeah, that was a good talk.
That's real good talk.
That talk.
So, one more thing on sex. One more thing.
Yes,
one more thing. Because there's this thing where women, I'm not making this up. Y'all sent this stuff to me. I got this stuff from y'all.
Uh-oh.
They feel like it's okay to offer sex as a gift. Is sex a gift to a man?
No.
So would it be like, so it's your birthday?
Hey,
your gift is I'm gonna give you something.
I need to know who wrote that in the comments. I need to know specifically who wrote that.
Just say her initials.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do it.
Hey, I need to see just the same way that boy say host Jeff, Melvin, Corey, Cash Dollars, and TJ Hooks. I need to see the whole name for who wrote that question, bro.
Nope, can't do it.
I need to know. Come up to me when I take my offering up during church and tell me we gonna have to rap after service or something, man. That
yeah.
But there's a group of women. I'm not gonna say all women, but there's a group of women who believe that it's okay. Be like, hey, I'm gonna give what you give him for his birthday? Oh, I'm gonna give him something. That's his gift.
Yeah, nah, that ain't my gift.
That's what we take from this. We gonna call that the dead fish syndrome. Or dead, nah.
You know what?
A dead fish is a gift. Am I right, Corey? A dead fish is a gift. I'm gonna take it anyway. You know what I mean? Y'all crazy. Y'all gonna get us in trouble. Go ahead, man.
It's okay.
Oh man, I'm gonna be real. I feel like that's almost borderline disrespectful, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
that's borderline
man.
disrespectful. It almost feels like hey, you ain't getting none, so let me just go ahead and give you this for a gift. You can't get none. like, no, man. No, sex is not a gift. It's easy. It's not even thoughtful. It's nothing. And you know, and why do I have to have sex for a gift? You're not. That means you ain't even a gift. You don't get that every day.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dang. No, I don't know. That's enough.
If it is a gift, it's a gift for both parties because it's to benefit the relationship. But a gift just for the man,
For the
I don't want that.
Nah, that definitely ain't no gift, man. If a female come to you like that, man, like Corey just said, she ain't putting no thought to anything. Like that means she doesn't even have enough respect for you to put enough thought into giving you an actual gift. Like me opening my legs to you is a gift. Like, nah, it ain't. Because you know, if that's the case, boy, it's gifts all around the street.
If that's the gift,
hey, only
yeah.
time sex is a gift is on Valentine's Day. Cause you can do that. Valentine's Day, you can do that. You introduce some new stuff, but other than that, nah, man, give me something, yo.
Hold on.
When a man forgot an occasion, and that's what they offer.
When a man forget an occasion, that's what they offer. How's that not a gift?
So the man offered it? Oh, he a simp. If I'm understanding this question right.
That one got me a little confused.
I'm trying to understand that one. Can you rephrase that question?
Hey, Sponge Breezy, get that to us, clarify, because it sounds like the man the simp in that jank.
Yeah, that's crazy right there.
That's some bull.
Yeah.
I ain't know.
If that's the case, I'm offering gifts all day, every day to my wife. Like,
I guess he's saying this in return, so he forget an occasion. Like, yo, I'm just giving some sex.
Yeah,
is that what he's saying?
That's some guy.
That's a brave cat.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's like, here, take it. The blessing is on me.
That's a brave man right there to offer sex as a gift.
Sponge Breezy said they're gonna rephrase it. They're gonna rephrase it.
Okay.
Because I'm just saying that's crazy. Because I think that's like a dude being like, "It's your birthday, baby. Oh, what we gonna do for my birthday? Oh, I'm about to give you this D right here, dog." Like, no, ain't nobody. What?
But I guess they think that we that easy. Like, that's all we want. That's why I said it's borderline disrespectful, yo. Like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if a woman if she's offering sex as a gift, then in her mind, like Corey just said, she's already like looking at you like, you know,
yeah, right.
Like this, you know, I can just give him some sex and he happy, and you know, don't get me wrong, because there are women that are in a relationship with men that they can just, you know, if I'm putting it like this, if a woman is giving you sex as a gift, y'all sex life is whack. Like that means y'all not having sex at all. Like y'all going months without sex, because if you waiting for Father's Day, Valentine's Day, and his birthday to give him some, that's 3 times a year, bro.
It's a job for her. She don't even
like if
it's a job.
Yeah, if you just giving me sex on my birthday, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, that means we only having sex maybe 4 times a year.
It's a job for her and a drought for him. That's a problem.
Yeah, like that's a serious problem. Y'all got way bigger issues than that. If she only getting it to you 3 or 4 times a year, and that's the only time she feel obligated that she needs to have sex with you is on your birthday, Father's Day, and particular holidays out of the year. Because how many holidays in a year? Like,
are we calling real holidays, or we counting all these made up holidays?
No, just the government ones. How many government holidays we got?
Hey, Mel, you off on Rosh Hashanah, ain't you?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just doing the math on that. If it's 13 government holidays out of the year, that's the only time you getting some ass. Like, you got some problems. Like,
that's about once a month, doc.
That's about once a month. You know what I'm saying?
Why I'm smashing on Columbus Day? Like, what's that? Hey, MLK Day, all right, I got you. But Columbus Day and President's Day,
Veterans Day around the corner.
Here comes Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Hey, I could get
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, you know what I mean? But hey, Columbus Day and Rosh Hashanah, is like, hey, I'll take it, but what we celebrating?
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but to answer that question, yes, sex is not a gift from male or female. That should never be offered as a gift. You know what I'm saying? But I did see somebody say something about putting on a bow, and now that's different. That's like you playing. You know what I'm saying? Like you that's like dress up. You know what I'm
Adding
saying?
some freshness to the relationship.
Yeah, you know, you're doing something cute. She put on put a wrapper bow around herself, and that's all she got on. That's different. That's like you playing into a role.
Yeah.
But if she know your birthday coming up and in the day of your birthday, and she be like, "Well, I'm gonna give you some sex today," and that's it, I'll tell her keep that shit. I'll go jack off. Fuck that. Like
you like where my cake?
Yeah, I'm good. I'd rather jack off and look at porn than you give me some ass on my birthday. At least I can come as many times as I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the porn gonna give me some variety. I can switch up and go from BBW to skinny girl to.
Oh my god! Yo, man, it's all one day.
Bump that. Like, keep that.
Man,
See,
come on, bro. You got
Aquafina over there.
I hope you got the receipt
over there today, Mike.
I'm gonna tell her that. I said, I hope you kept the receipt. Hope you can take that back to the store because I'm good over here. I'm good on that.
Man, bro. You
yeah, I'm dead, man.
That's crazy.
Oh God, I'm sorry, yo.
That was funny.
He said you can return that.
I'm done.
Go on, put that back in the bag. Take that back to the stove. I don't need that.
Man, bro, you are hilarious on that
one. Oh shoot. All right. Move it on. Gotta keep it moving. What's that? That's hold up. What we got here?
Yeah, I take some dress up now. If she said Rasputia, oh man, jeez. Every holiday.
Oh man. So let's switch it up. Let's switch it up just a tad bit. So we got some, like y'all can see, we got some seasoned fellas up here. Everybody got the gray beard, except for me.
This guy. Except for me.
Hey,
I'm 39. I'm 39. I got
coming, Jeff.
I got another month. I got another month before I hit 40.
I got on this bucket hat because I got gray in my beard, but that hairline is Stephen A. Smithish.
Don't tell me you got that LeBron at you.
Hey, no. LeBron's is better than Stephen A. Smith, boy. Hey, y'all just call me Heathen A. Smith. That's my nickname.
Oh man. Even A. Smith.
I take the gray beard over the hairline, baby. That hairline hurt my feelings when I look at that mother, boy.
Oh man. So let's to educate the ladies that are watching, got a question for y'all though. So as men who have women, what are you looking for out of a woman? As a man, what are you looking for in a woman?
Peace.
Yeah.
I would say that. Yeah, just to be my peace.
That's all a man needs.
Yeah, be my peace.
So what does that look like? What does your peace look like?
I mean, I think that's gonna be different from each person on this screen.
Okay, well, go ahead.
I mean,
give us a sample.
My piece could be, I can say my piece is me coming home, chilling, relaxing. I ain't get hit with a whole bunch of honeydew lists and stuff like that. I can just come home, relax, and she relaxing, I'm relaxing, the kids good, everybody good. Like, this is my piece. Like, it's nothing crazy going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's under control. I can come. This is why I come to unwind and be myself, and don't have to worry about judgment from the world and people who don't know me. Because people who don't know you and see you out in the world, they judging you on a whole different level than the people in your household. When you come home, they ain't got no judgment on it. They just like happy to see you and then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's my form of peace. But like I said, it could be individualized. I know TJ like to smoke a cigar and sip something. That's his peace.
Oh,
Corey,
dang, I got my piece now.
you know
I
what I'm
got my
saying?
piece right now.
You know what I'm saying? Corey might like to, you know, I don't know what Corey into, but he might like to come home and, you know, look at a Marvel movie. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what he into. You know what I'm saying? But that might be his piece, you know. So everybody's piece is different. Some people's piece is chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Some people need noise.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to come on. Some people, a quiet house is nerve-wracking. You know what I'm saying? They got to have movement, action, noise, like something got to be going on, and that's their piece. So, like I said, after to each man his own. You know, I think everybody has their own form of peace. But that's mine. Like I just want to come home, and it's just, you know, there's nothing I need to handle immediately that's causing all this, you know, turmoil.
Yeah, if I could add anything to what Mel said, man, like Mel stated it perfectly. If I could add anything to it, like peace for me is like just being the foxhole with me, man. Like, you know, for a man in general, but especially a brother, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like we fight against a lot, and it's like I just don't want to feel like I'm on the battlefield fighting by myself. You know what I mean? Like the feeling of having your queen beside you with that M16, that's a problem, bro. Like when you look to your side, and we know we they protector, we they provider, even when we fall, like them knowing and trusting that we love them. But man, like being Clyde and knowing that you got Bonnie beside you that's willing to take on everything, that's peaceful too. Like for me, like I love a quiet house, but knowing that, you know, I have my wife beside me to fight against the battles and the ills of the world, it's priceless.
I'll tell you that. I agree. Pretty much in the same lines. I guess my thing is, as a male, especially as a black male, we go out into this world every day and we get hit with a lot of stuff.
Yes, sir.
And we got to put that S on our chest every day when we go out the house. And so to be able to come home and to be able to take that cape off and to just relax and be, you know what I'm saying, be comfortable. Hey, I just need to relax for a minute. And I know she got my, like, Sheila's great with it. She'll be like, hey, give your daddy a couple of minutes. Nothing. Like, I know you want to see him. Give him a minute. He'll get back to you. And whether if I need to go take a nap, if I want to play the video game, or if I just want to just sit to myself and listen to some music, like, hey, give him a minute to decompress. Man, that means the world to me, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with all y'all. I like my piece is just having, like y'all said, it's that black man thing. As a black woman, and we as black men and women in relationships, we need to talk about this because we have years of trauma and we haven't fixed it yet. There's a lot of passed down trauma. There's a lot of reasons why we act the way we act. We don't even know why we act the way we act because it's in our DNA. DNA transfers codes and messages. So you have a baby, it's going with it. You know, it's just getting passed down. So they need to understand and respect what we go through as a man. And I was meaning to bring this up in time. We have to respect what women go through as women. They have it so hard as well.
True.
You know, I mean, majority of the women I ever even, I don't even want to say it like that, but there's a lot of women that have been, like, what's the name brought out? They have been raped and touched. There's a lot of issues going on with them. They don't trust men, and we have to be that figure for them. My piece is just, hey, I just want my woman to be able to be there for me. So when I'm, because we don't talk about our mental space as men. We have to be strong all the time. We go outside, we going to deal with racism. We want to deal with hatred from our own kind. We want to deal with money problems. We want to deal with everything. Yeah. And then we got to come home and then now you got to battle your woman. You don't want to do that. I just want someone that I can lay down on, relax. She's checking my mental. She's making sure I'm good. I tell my fiance all the time, she don't play chess, but I'll be like, yo, even though you don't play chess, You got the king on the chessboard. That's me. You the queen. The king. The game is over when he's done. It's over. But he only can move one spot. Each move is strategic, and that's how a man is. Everything has to be strategic. You can be 1 hour away from being in jail or dead as a black man. Just being around black men in general. One sentence can turn it to shooting, fighting, anything. You'll be gone. So I let her know, hey, only can move one place strategic, but one thing that's great about you, and that's what makes you so valuable as a queen, you can go everywhere. You're the most powerful piece.
Bro.
You protect
Come on
me.
here.
You move around. And that's why you're able to do so much. Sometimes you feel like it's too much, but God made you like that. You can do this.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So I try to hit her up like that. And she's been my piece. And I think every woman should at least try to be the piece for the man to see how that works out in a relationship. And then a man should honor if that woman give you peace, then you should give her everything. That's my
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
He just preached right there, Doc.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm not
Yo,
surprised.
yo, my brother crazy.
Hey,
No. Because normally you the fire starter. Normally you the advocate. You the devil's advocate.
Last time I was on some stuff, but this time I want to, because Melvin doing that for me now. Melvin doing that, so I'm over here now.
Look, last week, a couple weeks ago, Corey was the one that lit it on fire.
Yo, I lit that on fire. Boy, I couldn't wait.
With that submission.
He said submission. There you go. This week he say, all right, I done gave you 5, I'm gonna give you a little ice. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
man.
it.
Nah, Mel, see what happened was it started off and Bill came out shooting jumpers from half court like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Oh, cool.
Hey,
that was
Mel, boy. Mel be hitting sky hooks from the other side of the court. You know what I mean?
He was on that Wilt Chamberlain right there.
Yeah.
Was like, I'm this, right?
Did TJ woke up though? TJ woke up. I was like, all right.
Hey, I'm out here finger rolling. Mel and Corey out here dunking them. I like that, man. This is
that was
good.
A good question,
this is
though.
good.
That was a good question.
No, that's good. Now I gotta ask a question, because now we see with this new age of men and women, the trend is stay-at-home dads now. So I guess my question is, I know we're a little older. We came from a different generation. But how do you feel about stay-at-home dads?
Sure, so it's been stay-at-home dads, ain't it? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm saying it jokingly, but for our generation, that's our trauma, ain't it? Stay-at-home dads.
Yeah.
So now I guess the way that this world is now, I'm just gonna say it's different than the way we grew up. You know what I mean? Like it's a different spin on everything now. Like I'm pretty sure some good in it. Like all 4 of us on this podcast, I'm sure can cook.
Yep.
You know, when we got things that we would do very well around the house, but neither one of us 4 come from an era where it's okay to be a stay-at-home dad. If I'm, like, nah. I mean, nah. Like, I don't think that's the way we were raised, and I don't think that's the way that the world should go. Like, we have specific roles, even if we fall short in a role. Like, if money ain't right and we can't provide, or we're going through something and we can't profit to our family, or we, God forbid, got some sort of illness and we can't protect our family, we got something that is in place to make sure that happens. God got us, you know what I mean? But nah, I ain't with all that. Like, one thing I feel comfortable in saying with us 4 is if we fail in one area, we're gonna try to provide for our family. Like, that's not cool in my opinion.
I would say the world has changed. I'm kind of both ways about it. Like, as far as a stay-at-home dad, that's not a problem in a situation where maybe the woman is making a ton of bread and he just doesn't You just can't, because the time has changed. And to be honest, women are cooking right now. Men are not doing as well as we once were. And to be honest, majority of the women are making a lot more money than men. They're doing a lot better in the world. They have more degrees than us. They do a lot. So if a man has a woman and she got pregnant, they're having children, he's taking care of that, that's fine. Only thing I think, as far as what TJ is saying, is as I only have a problem if the man is okay and he actually wearing the apron.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be a stay-at-home dad, but you still being ambitious, you still have drive like a man, you are built like that, then that's different. But if you're just like, okay, I'm cool with just doing this, taking care of the kids, being the nanny, then I think that's going to be an issue with you as far as that's how your makeup is.
That is the thing now. You do got guys out here now saying, hey, I want me a boss chick, and she gonna take care of me, and I'll take care of the house, and I let her do what she gonna do.
Like, bro, if I had this conversation, like, I don't think my sister would mind me sharing it. Like, I have a sister that's a doctor, and she does very well, and so dating is an issue. She's most likely going to make more than anybody she dates for the rest of her life. But the way that my sister handles it, I love. And this is where I was going with my point. If my sister is a doctor, but her boyfriend, no shade on position, but if her boyfriend is a shift manager at McDonald's, making $10 an hour, but he treats her like a queen and he's going to work every day, that's a lot different than a nanny, for lack of better words. Like, that's where I'm going with it. Like, we can make less than our woman, but we still gotta have the drive to want to provide and do better for our families. But just accepting being at home ain't cool.
I guess my thing is I see it both ways, because I'll say this. I use my uncle as an example. I got my Uncle Chester. I shout him out. My Uncle Chester, he took care of my aunt while she went to school. She didn't work the whole time she went to school. They had a couple of babies, so stuff got delayed. Took about 12 years. He worked the whole entire time. She became a doctor. She's a doctor now, a doctor in pharmaceuticals. As soon as she got that first check, he was like, "You're retired," and he don't work no more. That, I'm like, I respect that. I get that. He didn't grind it the whole time, and out of respect for him, she was cool. Just like, you know what I'm saying? You cool, so he don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's yes, babe. Okay. And so see, my wife's trying to be on the POV. You be up here next time, babe. Okay.
Hey.
You know, that's what happened. You're supposed to be in the comments right now. You're not live today.
Don't do that.
Keep on showing off, Jeff. The comments gonna get real quick.
It's okay. I can take the heat, Doc. I can take the heat.
The next all male POV cast gonna be spousal abuse. That's gonna be. What do you do when your wife abuses you? I'm gonna look the other way, because she'll look like she got a left hook.
Look, she can hit, Doc. She can go. I'm tell y'all that right now. She can go.
Hey, if I see a left hand come across that screen by host Jeff, I'm gonna look the other way or keep looking at the draft. I'm not saying nothing.
Let me tell you something. If you see me go down, just know the podcast over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You're enticing me.
That's it.
Oh, she real hot now too, y'all. See, I might as well keep going. I'm already in trouble. But no, what I was just getting to was that, but there is a rising men that are really, they have no ambition to work. They're more of, men been doing this for so long. It's the woman's turn, and they're flipping the roles, and they're okay with, I'll take care of the house. You go ahead and you go make that money, and I'm cool with that.
Pretty soon he gonna hate himself in a couple of years, because he gonna lose everything that his identity as a man is.
Yeah. man.
A man with no drive ain't a man. That's when you know when something is wrong. When you can just sit down and you have no drive, then there's a problem. Just think about how it was when you were full of testosterone and you're 17. You running around everywhere. You couldn't sit still. And as time goes on, life will kind of beat you down. But you still should keep that drive fire. Like that's what God put in you anyway. So I don't like that because I see that a lot in this world, and it's switching the gender around, and the male is being more, I want to say, fucking softer. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that drive anymore to conquer and do anything. And that's not being a man at all.
Yeah, that's like
I think it. I think with something like that, you got two things. If, like Corey was just said, if you got a man who's just comfortable and sitting home and not doing nothing, that comes down to like what we was talking about on the lab part, Mark. Like, what do you consider a man?
Yeah.
And I remember I said the same. I said this thing like it comes down to the examples you were shown is what you identify or define as a man. So if he only seen guys sitting at home drinking, not doing nothing, chilling, he might develop the mindset that I don't have to have a job and I can sit at home and I can just live off these women and whatever. And then you got the other thing, the other side to that is like it's definitely a conversation that can be had between you and your spouse because like also Corey also said again, if your spouse is making 150, 200 some $1,000 a year, that's a conversation that you can, that you could approach her and be like, well, if I stay home, we can save money on A, B, C, and D. We don't need a daycare. We don't need this. It's stuff like that. But that does not mean that the woman has to abandon her roles as a wife or the things that she's supposed to do just because she has money. Because like you said, you can have a job today and be gone tomorrow. So just because she makes more and she can do something like retire you from your job, we both still have to obey by the rules and in our marriage that I'ma still do man stuff, you still gonna be doing woman stuff. It's just the fact that you go to work and I stay home. So, but you shouldn't treat me any less because if the shoe was on the other foot, you would have a problem with that and say that I don't appreciate you taking care of the kids, washing dishes, washing clothes, cooking, organizing the house, making sure everything stays in order. So if you wouldn't want me to talk to you like that and you was the stay-at-home mom, then why should you do it? Why should you downgrade somebody because of the sex they are? A man or a female, regardless. If I made enough money, if I made, that type of money, I would feel comfortable telling my wife, like, you know what, you ain't gotta work no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to work no more because now I make enough that it compensates both our incomes, and now we can save money when it comes to daycare or just overall expenses and stuff like that. If you just at the house taking care of stuff, and I just go make the money and whatever. But that's still, I'm still gonna want her to be a wife, just like she's still going to expect me to be a husband. Because just because I go to work every day and you don't make me your boss. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the confusion that we get that if a woman makes I was about to say it is a loud clicking noise. I don't know where it's coming from.
For real? Yeah. Is it me? Want me to leave out?
I thought somebody was typing something or something like that.
Nah, I was hearing it too. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, but I was
stop. Whatever it is.
Yeah, but I was saying I think that's the confusion part that we get, that if just because whoever makes more and the other person doesn't, the roles still stay the same. You still my wife, I'm still your husband. So we still gotta abide by those rules and regulations and just go with that. But you can't get caught up, if your woman making more money, she can't come to you like, oh, I'm your boss and you gotta do everything I say.
Can't come to you like, oh, I'm your boss, everything I say.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think as long as everybody keep a level head and keep it equal, we should be all right. what Pastor Gene said, if the man remains the visionary of the home and the priest of his family, then it doesn't matter the presentation of roles, as long as they clearly is, yeah, that's right. Like, I mean, basically, what he's saying, like, yeah, as long as everything is, copacetic with each other, it shouldn't matter who makes more money, because we still gonna do what we got to do as a man and a wife. So I don't think it's no big deal if a man can stay home and it makes sense, do it. But don't just stay home for the sake because you don't want to go to work. That's a difference. Like, you staying home because you don't want to go to work versus you staying home because your wife makes enough money that you don't have to work.
Sorry about it, y'all. I got feedback going on. But definitely yeah, man.
Yeah, it's an echo going on.
Yeah, I think that's core.
That's who?
That's you.
I left and I came back. Let me do it again.
All right.
Is it gone?
All right, guys. Now, there was a question. I saw your question. Going back to it. And it said something of, here we go. Bring
Pastor Eugene.
So I did want to get to this question. That's better, Corey. So the question was from Sponge Breezy. So could it be said that a man works too much? I think all men work too much.
Yeah, I agree, bro. That could go for everybody.
Yeah. I think I seen somewhere somebody was saying like you want to if you want a man at home or around you all the time, then don't expect much. But if he goes to work and makes money and does what he has to do, then you have to accept the fact that he has to go outside the house to do it. Yeah. Can't be in two places at the same time.
Definitely can't. I do got a little feedback on. We're gonna get that taken care of. I did want to throw a question for y'all fellas.
Did somebody cut a fan on?
Huh?
Did one of y'all cut a fan on? Oh, okay. I'm about to say that might be what it is.
But it's still feedback.
I went on mute.
Yeah, Corey, that's mute yours real quick. Yeah, and then
hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something like when he cut his audio on, then it go echo.
Something going on with your audio, Corey, that is feeding back.
Yeah, it go like stereo.
Yeah, it's like stereo mode. So like as soon as we talk, it's coming right back at us. So I'm not sure what that is. But I did. Oh, hold on. We got another question real quick. So to the point where he doesn't have time for family, always coming home tired and doesn't feel like being around you or the kids because he's tired.
I mean, that situation. That can go either way, man. Because you got to look at that's going to be a situational thing. Because if you
and the world we live in now,
if your spouse not making enough money, and you make a little bit more than her, or you got the opportunity to work overtime and make more money to bring more money into the household, then sometimes you got to sacrifice that time with the kids and the time with the family just so the family can still eat, sleep, and live comfortably. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a sacrifice when you get up and go to work every day, because sometimes you do got to work those crazy hours to get that money to make sure the household can stay a household. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you be like, well, you know what, I ain't working all this overtime no more. I'm just gonna work my regular 40 hours and whatever we get is what we get, and you just make it work. And now you getting eviction notices and repos, and kids can't eat, and stuff getting tight. Now she looking at you like you're not a great provider. Like now that it's like a double-edged sword. You damn if you do, you damn if you don't. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Because you
takes
got to be a provider, and if providing mean you got to go out here and work some crazy hours and money, then to get that money you got to do it. But
yeah,
if you know what I'm saying, it's not about because best believe I don't know not one person that wants to do that. You're
Right.
not doing that out of want. You're doing it out of need. You know what I'm saying? If you're working crazy hours and you don't have time for your family and you come home tired and you don't want you're not doing it as a want. Nobody wants to ignore their kids and ignore their family and be tired and broke down because they've been at work all day. Nobody wants that. But those bills need to be paid. Those miles need to be fed. So it becomes a thing between want and need. And if, like Corey was saying, if you got a good queen in your life, she gonna understand that, and she's not gonna make you regret doing that or give you some type of resentment. Like, why you going to she gonna understand, like, okay, he got to go to work to get this money and pay these bills and make sure that we all right. So I'm gonna hold down the fort. I'm gonna entertain the kids. I'm gonna make sure they okay and let them know that daddy doing what he got to do to make sure that we okay. And kind of smooth that over for you. So when you do come home, the kids just not looking at you and like, oh my God, like I'm mad. Like they don't want you to be home and stuff. So when you got that queen in your life, she supposed to be that bridge. You know what I'm saying? She definitely supposed to be that bridge that help you come back to what we just said about having a peaceful household. So when you come home, you got that peace, and she understands. Like, I know my husband out here getting this money, and he doing what he got to do, and I would love for him to sit here and watch this movie with me, but I know he just worked a 13 or 12-hour shift. It's not possible. You know what I'm saying? I can't go work 12 hours, come home, sit up with you for another 4.5 hours, and then stuff like that. It's all about time and sacrifice. You gotta just make the time. You know what I'm saying? It can be done, but it's gonna be rough until you ain't got to do that no more. You can spend a lot more time with your family and kids. But that's where you really need a good woman. That doesn't work unless you got a great woman in your life and that's understanding and knows what you're doing has a purpose. Like you're working for a purpose. You ain't just working because you don't want to be home. If you're going to work because you don't want to be home, you got bigger problems.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You avoiding home for a reason. So that's not good. That means that you have no peace there. That's not your peace. You rather be at the work chilling than be home with your wife. That's a problem. But like I said, the only way that dynamic makes sense and can work is if you got a good woman in your life that understands that, okay, my man got to get out here and do what he got to do, and he taking care of her. So I'm not gonna put that added pressure on him and that stress of why you ain't ever home. You know why I'm not home. You answering a question that you already know the answer to. You know what I'm saying? So why do that? Just because you uncomfortable because you home and you got to deal with the kids or the family, or whatever. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. We like in life, we can't always do what we want to do. Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do.
So I agree with what you said 100%, Mel. I want to throw a different perspective at it
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit because sometimes in these cases, I feel like if you got to work that hard, if you have to work that hard, if you're not
Mm-hmm.
choosing to work hard, you have to work that hard and you're not able to be with your family, it goes to quality of life. So that means to me, I feel like you're living above your means. Because if you got to work that hard to keep what you got, then y'all need to downsize. Like
True.
whatever y'all doing, like what y'all working towards is too much.
that's
So
powerful,
let's
bro.
bring it down. So she, like you said, you need a woman who can understand. Like, know what? I'm asking for a lot right now. Let's regroup, and that's something we don't do, especially as Black people. We don't regroup. Sometimes you gotta take a step back to take 3 steps forward. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's downsize for a second. We can't afford this. I can't afford what you want right now. Let's regroup. We're going to get something a little bit smaller. It's going to be a little more, the belt's going to be tightened a little bit more until we get to where we need to be. But it does take, it takes a wise woman to be able to accept that as well. Because as a dude, to be like, man, I got to take a step back. That's a hit. That's a hit to you to say that. And so for you to be vulnerable to your woman to be like, hey, like this ain't cutting it. We're gonna have to downsize. For him to be able to come to you, you got to be a strong woman to be able to comfort him, to be like, I understand, babe, I got your back.
Yep.
Until y'all can get to where y'all need to be.
Yeah, you got to be uncomfortable, in life sometimes to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeff just said, if what we doing is not working, I'm robbing Peter to, what was the saying? Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Right.
If you're doing that and you making $20 to spend $21, you kind of like, it's like you're on a circle of destruction. Like you're not getting nowhere. Then you do have to look at your the expenses. You got to take, like you say, you got to take a step back and be like, what is causing this deficit? You know what I'm saying? Is it the apartment? Is it the rent? Is it the mortgage? Is it the car notes? Is it the daycare? Is it the after school activities for the kids? Is it the amount of money we spending on food? Is it where we're shopping? Is it, you got to sit down and take some accountability for what's going on with that money. Because if you ain't got, purpose for money, you ain't gonna keep it much longer. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have purpose for your money and take accountability for what you're doing with it. Because you can just be on that rat race, just running in a circle, and you'll never get nowhere. And you will, like you said, quality of life, work yourself to death. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to, step back and be like, where is the sinkhole at in our income? It's a sinkhole somewhere that's making me have to do this. So it's something that we need to change. And it may be like, hey, we might got to go stay with a family member for a little while. Let's give up this $1,200 apartment and go stay with grandma, or go stay with mama, or go stay with aunt such and such. And we just gonna have to be uncomfortable. Like it's gonna be 6 of us in a bedroom, and that's what it is until I can get on my feet. You know what I'm saying? But that still goes back to having a very strong woman in your life to know that this uncomfortable, we're gonna be uncomfortable, but it's temporary because we got a plan. You know what I'm saying? So you got to check your ego, because a lot of people can't do that. They can't admit that we just got evicted out of our apartment. Our car just got repoed. We ain't got no money in the bank. We broke. A lot of people want to keep putting on that front like they got it like that, and they don't. So ego plays a big part of that, and they'll continue that struggle while everybody that you think is worried about you, you know what I'm saying, they not helping you. The ones that are gonna sit there and pass judgment on you when you be like, I got evicted out of my apartment, they ain't gonna give you no money. You can go to them same people and be like, hey man, I can borrow 600, man, for my rent. They're gonna be like, I ain't got it, bro. And as soon as you get evicted, they talking about you like, damn, they got put out, but you can't worry about what other people think. The only people you gotta worry about the ones that's in your camp that you gotta take care of. So like you just said, you gotta take a step back and check yourself and check everything and take accountability for what's going on in your life, because that money is going somewhere. Something, somebody is mishandling the funds that you got to constantly keep working that hard and you're not getting anywhere, like you're running in place. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep doing that, you're going to wear yourself out. So you got to, when it comes to that type of situation, like you will have to really check your ego and pride at the door and be like, look, we're going to have to, move into a trailer home or something that we can afford and make it work, and try to put these, ends together and get out the situation. So that's really what it comes down to, man. Like it ain't you really can't have no shame in it. You got to realize that you're doing it for your family. You want everybody to be great and good. So you have to teach them like, look, I know this is uncomfortable. I know we don't like this situation, and I'm trying to get y'all out of this as fast as I can, but you're going to have to bear with me and give me all the support I need so I can do this, so we can stack up some money and then be able to find somewhere a little bit cheaper that we can all move in and live and stuff like that. So That's what that is. So
Feel you on that. I appreciate that, Mel. Corey, if you could,
Can you address this for me?
Can you hear that? Can you hear me? Am I echoing?
Yeah.
Everything good?
well, I think Jeff echoing that.
Yeah. What up?
Go ahead.
I'm
Go
good
ahead.
now? I'm good. Now, what you want me to address?
The comment on the
screen.
Oh, the comment on the screen. Yeah, I see that. Let me make sure I got it right because it looked like it was double typed. But to the man that has a woman who is out working and pulling weight of the house, where can the line be drawn for time spent with family when the man always at work or away from the house? Where can the line be drawn? Well, I don't know, man, because that's the situation. Like, I mean, it goes back to everything that, I mean, he covered it already. Well, you did too. If you working all the damn time, you got to work so much, you're going to have to go back and figure out what's going on in your household. Because you shouldn't be at a situation where you work so much that you can't actually be at functions and this, that, and third. Unless your job is like time consuming, then y'all should plan ahead. Because you all get vacation time and this, that, and the third, and just plan ahead for little moments so he can be off. That's the only thing I can think of. But y'all covered everything else.
Okay.
All right.
I think
I think that's me now.
But so before I get that, real quick, I'm gonna step away. We are the next question. DJ, want to start off with it. What do you call a successful life? What is a successful life for you?
Women ask that question. Dang, he left already. That was a good question, though.
Okay, back.
Yeah.
But it's like it's still like a double time echo going on.
Yes, it's a little echo going on. I do apologize. So, what do you call a successful life?
Is it this open for everybody or just somebody specifically?
I want you to start us off, T.
Oh, my fault. It was that echo. I missed it. My fault.
Oh, you good.
I know one thing that we kind of say in the real estate world amongst a lot of my colleagues and friends, you determine your own success, man. You can get caught up chasing the bag and end up 10, 20 years down the line dealing with the trauma or not being there with your family. You can be there with your family every day and then immediately end up with the trauma of not having enough to provide for your family. It's not gonna ever be perfect, but as a couple, as a family, you have to determine what's successful for you. In my opinion, I know in my house, as men, we supposed to lead our families and everything, but um, I kind of I go with the 2/3, you know, the 2/3 idea in my case because it's myself, my wife, and my daughter. Um, if two people feel strongly about something, um, I'm a ride with it. You know what I mean? Like I have my vision for my family and the things that I want. But one thing that my wife hit me with one day was she was like, I never asked you for all that. And it's something that I'll never forget. It's like, man, it's like I'm out here trying to do this and do that, almost like I'm caught up in that whole trying to keep up with the Joneses thing. And my wife hit me one day. She was like, I never asked you for that. And I never forgot it because I thought success was 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms on 62 acres of land. You know what I mean? I got the part down of being a man, being present for my family, but sometimes chasing that bag will leave you stressed. That leaves remnants in your household. You know what I mean? So if I'm keeping it completely transparent with y'all on the panel and everybody that's listening, like I'm still trying to work my way through that. I saw the comments that were talking about, the person that works a lot and is never home. I'm the opposite. Like I've always had a schedule where my priority is being there. I'm a girl dad and I love my wife, so I'm always present. So I've seen it a little bit of both ways. So success to me is whatever you make it, whatever works for yourself and your household, and you just deal with the curveballs and the life as they come, and y'all sit down and handle it as a family, and go forward. I mean, I'm not by any means, pushing aside the dynamic that as men we're the visionaries and we're what our roles for our family, but at the same time, like, man, you dictate what's successful for you. You know what I mean? Like, that may not be the biggest car, that may not be the biggest house, that may not be a vacation every year, but success for you could be being present at your children's activities. Success could be just being able to provide a vacation for your wife. Like, you determine what your success is, not the world.
Okay. What you got, Corey?
I'm good.
You good?
Good.
Okay, cool. Success for me, it used to be. I mean, I love money. It used to be just get us money, but that can get into some situations. Um, I still success to me. I still feel like I will feel ultimately calm if I'm at a place where I'm financially free and I'm not trading time for money. If I can get to that point, I feel like that's success. But even if I don't get there, though, I'm still successful because how I look at things. And I might go on a little deeper level real quick, but I'm abundant. I never speak negative. So I I'm already successful. God already gave me that. I'm healthy. I have a loving family. So I'm comfortable already. So success for me is just being able to breathe every day, be able to walk without ailment. I'm 44 and I'm good. You know what I mean? So that's more of a success for me. I don't do the material things anymore because, I mean, to be honest, you can't take it with you. I do want financial freedom because all people, like all black people, should be striving for that. So we stop passing down debt. We got to break that curse. But other than that, I mean, that doesn't mean you're a failure. You can't get there. You know, you already blessed. As long as health is my biggest success. It's being as healthy as possible.
Big
Big
Mel,
Mel.
what you got?
What you got?
Is it
Is it
echoing
echoing
again?
again?
Corey,
Corey,
mute.
Is it okay? There you go. I'm gonna say, like, to me, I'm gonna say successful life is when you have maximized all your potential and any environmental influences or that was able to help you overcome any type of negativity in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I think a successful life is when you have, really done all you can have done in life, and you happy with it. You know what I'm saying? At the end is all about, are you happy with everything you achieved in life? If you're not happy with certain aspects of your life, then you haven't maximized all the potential in yourself yet. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to do that until you feel like TJ was talking about the house or the car or the whatever. If you feel the house you living in is not where you want to be at for the rest of your life, then you need to, get to that point where now, okay, I'm in the house that I want to be in, so I'm happy with this house. If I got the car that I want, or even all that stuff is material. But I think that's what, really having a successful life is. Like, you really have to maximize all your potential into everything that you want to do in life, on every aspect, from love to your kids to material things to the job that you have, all of that. Like, until you have done that, then you can honestly say, like, okay, I have a pretty good life. My life is a success. I've accomplished all my goals, long term and short term. If you can do that and have done that, then I think that's a successful life. With me, bouncing off what Corey just said, like I just want to have the financial freedom, not to pass on debt to my kids and bad spending habits, and showing them how to not only make money but keep money. Anybody can make money, but it's hard to keep it. You know what I'm saying? So just passing on that type of wisdom and stuff like that to my kids, and I think it's all of us as men, like I think that's all our goals right there, is just not to watch the generation coming behind us repeat our mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I think that's our job overall, is like to make sure who coming behind you don't repeat your mistakes, especially if you got the resources to help somebody not repeat your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? If you can do that and reach back and help somebody and make sure that that young man or that young woman don't repeat your mistakes in life, and they get a little better one up in life, then I think that's a successful life, man. Just like I said, really just maximizing every potentially opportunity in your life, like and just going hard with it. And I think once you do that, you can literally sit back and look at your life and be like, I'm good. I did everything I wanted to do. I accomplished some goals. I might not knock all of them out the park, but I got the priority ones. I got the ones that make sense. You know what I'm saying? And I think anybody can look back on my life and read it as a book and be like, okay, yeah, this dude did it from beginning to, and he good. His family good. He good. This is a successful life. Like he's good. You can't use what you see on TV or other people as a measuring stick of your success. You know what I'm saying? Because other people are just fortunate to get those windfalls with becoming, they millionaires, they play sports, or you can't use that as a measuring stick of what your life is or what success is. Yeah, all them guys got big mansions and houses and tons of money to, burn, but that just wasn't your path. So you can't use, I think that's one of the worst mistakes you can do when it comes to having a successful life, is do not use somebody else's success as a measuring stick for yours.
I agree. Comparison sucks. Like you can't compare lives because everybody's not dealt the same hand.
Yep.
Everybody's situation is not the same. So you definitely can't compare you because it will never add up.
Nope.
And so yeah, you gotta do the best that you can with your life. And you gotta, like y'all said, y'all said it, man. You gotta find what makes you comfortable, what makes you happy. And to having a family makes me happy. Seeing my kids get the best out of life makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? That's almost. So it's man, it's just a lot, and I appreciate y'all guys being up here. I got two. We really knocked out a lot of almost all the questions. Were kind of summed up in like. We got two questions left for y'all.
All
If
right.
y'all can hold on. Two more questions, and I don't know what. So one question is, can you define intimacy from a male perspective? Like, what is intimacy to you as a male? Like, what do you need for intimacy?
I pass on this one. I'll wait till
That's
y'all
a
go.
good question.
That was really good. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one because as well as me, I'm a giver. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they mean like from a male perspective.
I'll go first. I know, Pastor Eugene. I saw it got mixed up. It could have came a little earlier, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. So intimacy. So I'll say it like this. I'm not gonna lie. sometimes I'm a big dude. I'm a big dude. Y'all know my wife. My wife, she done got all small on me and everything. But she like sometimes I want to lay my head in her lap. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want her to hold me. You get what I'm saying? Bae, really? She yelling from the back, guys. I don't know if y'all heard her, but yes, but no. Sometimes you do, but as men, we don't talk about these things because we don't talk about what we need for intimacy because it's more than just the sex. But like sometimes, so
So
sometimes
sometimes
it's
it's
like,
like
they just
they just
hold me,
hold me,
being
Yeah,
being
vulnerable.
vulnerable.
just hold me.
Right,
Mine
right.
is
I know, I know.
I know what you mean though. Mine is like having her curl up under me sometimes. You know what I mean? I like stuff like that.
I see
I
you
see
got
you
that
got
TJ.
that
What you
TJ. What
got?
you got?
Uh, you know what? To be honest, man, I think for myself, intimacy is like our late night talks or our sports talks. Like we had the conversation earlier about, let's say, like how Pastor Green and they used to talk about, how intimacy for women might be taking out the trash, washing the dishes, getting the kids, and all that good stuff. Like for me personally, man, when the conversation is really dope, and we delving into each other's past, trying to figure out, what made two imperfect people individually a perfect couple combined. That's intimacy to me. You know what I mean? Like she's a Warriors fan, I'm a Wizards fan. We just traded Chris Paul for Jordan Poole, or us talking about the Steelers and the Cowboys, or um vacationing together. Like a dolo vacation with your wife, that's intimacy. And I ain't talking physical, like that's pure fire. To go just vacation dolo with your spouse. You know what I mean? Surprise gifts. That's intimacy. We all know I smoke cigars, man. And one time my wife can't stand the smell of a cigar, but the one time she surprised me with a trip to Richmond to a couple of cigar spots, and to see her puff on a cigar, like it's memorable. Creating memories is intimacy. You know what I mean? So it's it's that's it for me. Like it don't have to be physical. You know what I mean? It could be older. I could be the perfect guy for the low T commercials. I don't know. You know what I mean? But but it's just creating memories, raising our child together and understanding each other more as we get older. Like that's intimacy to me.
I respect that, Mel. What you got, man?
um, I'm gonna say like basically what what everybody else saying, and but I'm gonna probably try to put a definition on it and define it a little more, and I would call it like just learning my love language. You know what I'm saying? You learn my love language, I learn yours, and I believe that we could achieve all types of levels of intimacy, whether like it's physical, it's mental, it's spiritually, it's all of that. But we have to learn each other's love language. Like you learn what how I communicate my love, I learn how you communicate your love, and we once we sync on that, and we both on that same wavelength, then you can achieve all types of levels of intimacy that you have never, done with anybody else before. You know what I'm saying? Because you done took the time to learn this person's love language, your wife or your spouse or whoever or your girlfriend, and y'all do that. Once you learn what they like and what they into and stuff like that, then it's easier for you to have intimate encounters with that person. Like you said, an intimate encounter is not always a sexual act. It could just be, y'all just being together, being around each other, being familiar with each other. So I think, you know, the more familiar you get with the person that you with, the better you off. You know, so I think just taking the time to learn a person's love language, help intimacy almost become something that's, you know, almost instant between you and that person. You know what I'm saying? Even the slightest thing, if it's just a glance across the room, or holding hands, or sitting next to a person on the couch to watch a movie, or like TJ said, going on a trip, you know, just get both of y'all getting in the car and just riding off somewhere and just sitting back talking about life and what you want to do and, you know, goals you want to accomplish. That's intimacy too. But I don't think you can reach those levels of intimacy until you learn each other's love language and what actually, you know, gets that, you know, what that person is into and who they are as an individual. I think once you achieve that, you know, everything else will come easy. You know what I'm saying? But you have to get to that. You have to study each other, you know what I'm saying, before you get that intimacy thing down pat, because you can't confuse sex with intimacy, because, you know, as men, we can damn near have sex with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always an intimate encounter. You know what I'm saying? So I think we can't always associate sex with intimacy, because an intimate situation could be just a conversation, a discussion. You know what I'm saying? It could be just that. So, and I think, like, again, you want to get to those goals when you take the time to learn the person that you're dealing with and what they're into. And once you do that, you pretty much can hit it out the ballpark every single time.
So, okay. Corey, did you have anything else to say on it or no?
No, I'm with you right there.
Uh,
Because I'm such a giver. I don't my intimacy is from giving, so I don't really want a lot. So I don't have anything. Just sit under me and make me feel good. I'm cool.
okay. All right. So, brings me to the last question of the night. And I appreciate everybody's time. I appreciate the POV Nation, y'all rocking with us tonight. So, last question for the fellas, because people want to know. Hold up. Question just came in. How do you know if you have intimacy issues?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, that's when a person fails to communicate with you. When communication is a problem. You know what I'm saying? If a person has intimacy issues, or you see that, it's always due to a fact of non-communication. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you ain't if that person, you know, doesn't want to communicate with you, then you'll never really achieve any type of intimacy with them. You'll have a relationship with them, or you'll be in their lives, but as far as it being intimate, or you really getting to know them, you know, it's not gonna work. They have to be able to communicate with you in order to achieve. Um, in order for you to achieve intimacy, that person has to be able to communicate with you. And if they can't, if they can't do that, or they lack the ability to do that, then you're going to have way bigger issues than intimacy. So I think communication is the key to all of that.
I agree with you, Mel. If you have intimacy issues, that means you have vulnerability. You're not vulnerable. So that means you got walls up. So my thing is, if you have walls up, then maybe you should be second guessing being in a relationship, because it takes your spouse or the person that you're engaged with or whoever you're committed to. They're going to see all your flaws. They're going to show you the part of you that you can't see. They're your mirror. You see your flaws. You see everything. They're going to show you.
Yeah.
And so you have to be vulnerable and be willing to accept what they see in you. So when somebody says you have intimacy issues, it just means, to me, point of view, you're not vulnerable yet. You're not open.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes, sir, bro.
And so with that, I'm gonna get to the last question. And last question is, who taught you how to be a man?
Fully transparent moment. I'm still learning, man. I got a bunch of great brothers in my life right now. I have
Oh man.
That was messed up, yo. He was going. Dang.
Dang. All right, we lost TJ for a moment. In the mid sentence, ain't that some stuff? Anybody want to take over until my man come back?
Yeah, I'll go. My stepson taught me how to be a man. My stepson Jordan. I didn't know nothing about being a man.
Wow.
I was all selfish, all about myself, until he came in. I had to really step in, because at the time his father just wasn't there, and he reminded me a lot of me, and that taught me a lot day one, immediately. And then also my father, getting to know my father. I really didn't know my father like that, and I was kind of shunned away from him a lot, and I used to be mad about it and all that stuff, not understanding how it goes in adulthood with your mother and your father and things of that nature. But the minute I forgave him, because I realized I was him anyway. Like, how will be
Right.
mad at the tree, and I'm the fruit. So I forgave him, and once I forgave him, I ended up forgiving myself. And then he taught me a lot, because even though he wasn't there for me, he was still there because he is me. And I get to learn my shortcomings by talking to the originator. And he already knows, his shortcomings. And hey, Corey, this is how you deal with this is how you deal with that. So those combinations of two things help me with becoming a man, and also my faith. I don't go to church and stuff like that like I should, but I'm very spiritual, and my faith in the Most High has taught me about being a man, about trusting myself. Like, sometimes I used to think too hard, or make sure that I'm taking care of whoever is on the outside of me, until I had to learn to trust my gut, trust my instinct. He put it there for a reason, and go with what I feel, no matter what. If I feel strongly about it, I'm going with that, and it never steered me wrong. So those three things, Jordan played a big part in my life. Me getting back with my father and forgiving him and building that relationship, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. It really changed my life. No matter what they say about that guy, it changed my life for the better. And then just my faith in the Most High, and just following what he says you need to be as a man. Because I used to put women first. then God. Let's flip it. Women first, me, then him. But I switched it. He comes before everything, then me, and then I can take care of the rest. Doesn't mean I'm over anybody, but I have to be on my 100% to even give anything to someone else and be what that woman needs me to be. So that helped me out a lot. I'm real, like 130% different than what I was in my early 30s. So that's my take.
Not bad. That's not bad. You ready, Mel?
He said the question was what again? It was like what?
Who taught you how to be a man?
I'm gonna say two things taught me how to be a man. I'm gonna say the mistakes I made in life and love. Both of those things played a huge part in me becoming a man over time, because the mistakes that you make in life, you learn from, stuff that you do as a kid, as a young man, you learn from those mistakes, and they mature you. Your mistakes can mature you into being a better man. You know what I'm saying? So you learn not to do that or move a certain way, and that helps you mature into this definition of what a man is. And I can say love also did that too, because when you begin to when you do fall in love with somebody, and it does help mature you. You know, love, hate, and mistakes can mature you quick. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you allow those three things, because those are three things in life you can't avoid. You can't avoid love, you can't avoid hate, and you can't avoid making mistakes. Those three things right there will shape you into some form of a man. Now it's up to you to accept the definition or that you're becoming and adjust over time, or just or just go with the flow and just go with what you got. If you happy with what you got, then you cool with the man you are. Others may not be, but if you cool with the man you are, you good. But I think those three things in life help me develop how I define myself as a man, and that's love for other people, including my wife, my kids, my family. Um, Because when you get married, like I said, this thing don't come with no instruction, man. So you learn it on the job. So you learning how to love somebody, and that's making you a man too, because you're becoming a man for somebody. And when you have kids, you're becoming a father for somebody, a role model. You know what I'm saying? So that's where love come into play. And like I said, with the mistakes you make in life, also molds you too, because the things you do as a young man should allow you to know, like, I can't do this as an older man. You know what I'm saying? So your mistakes and stuff like that will mature you very quick, because some of your mistakes will put you in situations that you will have to mature real fast. You might make a decision. You might make one decision in life, a mistake, and you might be, get locked up. Anything can happen. Might get threatened, anything. And, you might mess around, make a baby that you wasn't planning on making. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to man up and do what you got to do to take care of that kid and that woman. So mistakes will play a part in you becoming a man. Um, so I can say that. I said three things, but only reason I said three things because, like I said, those are the three things you can't avoid in life, and that's love, hate, and making mistakes. But I think love and the mistakes you make in life will play a huge part on the man you end up being defined as.
Okay. I see my man TJ back. You was about to get real deep on this thing, and we lost you for a second, man.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Technical difficulty. Yeah,
No,
but
you're good.
nah, not too deep, man. Just I'm still learning. To be honest, I'm not afraid to say that at 41. I haven't always listened to my OGs. You know what I mean? Stubborn cat. Um, but I'm beginning to now, and I'm forced to through fatherhood and husbandhood and brotherhood and friendships. It's like, hey, in order for you to be a better at this role, God needs me to do this or that. Um, I've always known I've been a unique cat, but as we all are, but it take being around the right people to help you get to where you're trying to go. So for me right now, man, like the brotherhood that I have, the friendships that I have, my neighbor Travis, my uncle Mike, my former broker but big brother Nikita Houchins, um, y'all. I mean, y'all my brothers. You know what I mean? The huddle, my church brothers. Like that's shaping me into who I'm supposed to be. And it took, what they said, wander around in the wilderness for 40 years. I'm 40 plus one. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm still getting there, but I enjoy the journey, man. Like, you know, not fatherhood, but manhood. It may not even come to full fruition until I get all three of y'all brothers over there in Cancun with me one good time with our ladies. You know what I mean? Or we go find out what manhood all about there. We go have a good time. But like I'm still developing, man. But I enjoy the journey, man. I enjoy it. It's hard, um, but I enjoy the journey. So I'm thankful for the people that are in my life right now to help me get there.
Appreciate it. I get that, man. And I'll answer it for myself. It's crazy because I will say my dad did teach me. It wasn't the way that I wanted him to teach me, but um, he wasn't there like I wanted him to be there. And so at first, I wanted to do the opposite of everything that he did. And it took Pastor Green. He talked to me. And so like that's why we need our brothers, you know what I'm saying, to help give you perspective. And he made me think back. He's like, well, what? He had to teach you something. And so I thought about the time that I did spend with my dad. And I learned this. My dad was a master chess player. He taught me how to play chess. I didn't catch it until I was older. It wasn't a whole bunch of talking, wasn't no, hey son, this is how. He would pick us up, and he would go play chess, and I would watch him play chess. I was like, man. And then he would play me in chess. Never beat him. He would crucify me. Wouldn't give me a chance. This is when I really caught on. One day, a guy went up to him. He was like in a park or something like that. The dude went up to him, was just like, hey, I want to play you. Like, you beat me before. I want to play you again. My pops was like, nah, you ain't on my level. If you can beat my son, I'll play you again. And I'm looking at him like, bro, you beat me every time, but you want me to play this dude. So, okay. I'm nervous. And I play this dude. And I crucify him. Like, I crushed this guy. And then I caught it. In his own way, he was teaching me life. You know what I'm saying? He was showing me by playing chess, like, he was beating me, but him beating me was making me better. So I was playing on his level. And so, although he didn't present it in the way that I wanted it, he was teaching me the way that he knew how to teach me in life. So I gotta be able to watch and learn and start implementing it myself. So that, you know what I'm saying, that's what helped teach me about manhood. And then the other thing is my wife. And she's a rough dog, let me tell you something, but I love her. Like, but no, she keeps me honest. And so for the things that I don't have reference for, because my dad wasn't there for certain things, she helps guide me, like, hey, maybe you should do this. Hey, maybe you should do that. She'll suggest things that she don't tell me to do nothing, but she knows how to suggest things to me to make me look at it like, all right. Just like my son likes to lay under me. And 100% honest. First time he wanted to do that, I was like, man, get off me, man. That's gay, man. What you doing? I didn't have no reference for no dudes being up under each other.
Yeah.
And she was just like, babe, like she didn't do nothing in front of me, but she pulled me to the side, like, babe, like he just want to love on you. And I was just like, I don't know, that's weird. But then I had to think about it, like, dang, maybe I did want like a hug from my dad one day. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be that example for him. So I'm still working through some stuff, but she's there to help me, like, hey, babe, you're missing it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Let me put my eyes open. So, like everybody said, it's a learning thing, man. It's daily, man. And so, my wife, my dad, and my brothers, man. And this is why we need each other, because we need to, iron sharpens iron. We got to be able to pour out, and we need to be able to correct each other. Like, everybody has to be able to, like, bro, you wrong. Bro, that was stupid. Like, don't do that. So that's what it was for me. That's what's teaching me to be a man. wasn't taught to be a man. I'm still learning how to be a man. I'm still learning how to teach my son how to be a man. So that's what I got, man. With that, I appreciate y'all time, man. Corey, you know, my brother. That's my real brother. People don't believe that. Corey's my real brother. I know we look night and day. That is my real brother. Same mother. Dead serious. And then to my brothers, Mel, TJ, love y'all guys, man, for real. I appreciate y'all for being on the POV today. What you got?
Always.
You got to say something. I see it on you, Corey. What you got?
Who, me?
Yeah, you was about to say something.
Before we leave, I want to say this to all the females that's watching, the ladies that's watching us try to do our thing on the show. Y'all gave me a lot of flack last episode. And y'all want to be on the new junk. Let me just tell you something. To be with a man, you still need submission. I don't care when I come home.
Hey,
I want the big piece of chicken. I want
Corey.
the big piece. When the dog come in, make sure I got the big piece of chicken, all right? No, I'm not with y'all. I love y'all.
Hey, just know, Jeff, it's gonna be a part 3. Corey started off on 5, then he went finesse on them, then he leaving them on 5. It's gonna be a part 3 to the fellas.
It's gonna be. We're working on it. It looks like next episode. Everybody who's watching, next episode is July the 6th. It looks like we're working on a battle of the sexes. We're gonna get the women in here. I know they got some rebuttals. So guys, I'll be reaching out to some of y'all, and we gonna get this thing going. I appreciate everybody for watching the Satchel POV. We appreciate y'all for letting us share our point of view with you. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
All right.